We know that ancient cities are places to go stealthily, with enough care not to attract the attention of the Warden and have an unfortunate confrontation against one of the most formidable bosses in vanilla. But as you would see, the Warden also reacts to the voice chat mod, a mod widely used on servers to communicate with our friends.
Hello, Warden. I'm here. Come with me. No, wait. It's a joke.
Without a doubt, an accessory that will make you go in silent mode and in which a malicious partner control you by making noise to force you to fight against a more than possible death. Sculk Transporting is a mod that uses sound to quickly transport objects from one point to another. At the beginning and end point the Sculk barrel will be placed. In the first we will place the Sculk emitter and at the end a Sculk receiver. In the barrel the objects that the emitter will throw to the receiver will be placed. This way we will avoid using ice to move objects. If the beginning and the end are too far from each other, we can use a Sculk transmitter to which it is not necessary to place a barrel, since it will only be the intermediate point between the two. An object can be placed inside this intermediate point, which will act as a filter, only allowing the passage of that specific object. In addition, we will have two improvements, one for speed and another for quantity, which makes objects move faster and in greater quantities, doing a much more efficient job. With this we can easily make object filters. This is great for enemy farms, to be able to accommodate all objects automatically. Sculk Horn allows us to create two goat horns that function as weapons. An area attack around the player that has the effect of the Warden's sonic boom, although it attacks in a circle its range is not very high. The second is completely the Warden's ranged attack, in a single direction, but with a greater range. With both weapons we will have the power of sound in our hands. L2 weaponry offers us a large new arsenal of weapons, daggers, swords, spears, axes, maces, claws and shields. Of different materials that the mod adds to us, one based on the totem, an aquatic material, from the shulker, and the one that concerns us, from the Warden. To create this new mineral we will need to kill the Warden, who will release his bones and with which we can craft. They are powerful weapons, with certain abilities such as the shield that is thrust to push away our enemies. It is worth mentioning that all of these weapons have their versions in vanilla materials and most of the new minerals would be at the diamond level, except for the Warden which would be more at the netherite level. As a complement to the previous mod L2 complements, which adds what we were missing, the armor and tools from the new minerals. All with a simple appearance, but with good finishes for the most part. Personally I find them very good. The armors are again at diamond level except for the Warden's which is netherite level, but they all have positive effects that could benefit you. The Warden's gives us complete cancellation of the effects of blindness, darkness, mining fatigue, nausea, slowness and weakness, which will make us prefer it to netherite. In this type of mods I like to add a complement to the Origins mod. In this case Sculked Magpie Origin is the chosen mod, with a new origin with its advantages and disadvantages. First we will appear in the nearest ancient city, with a bluish color and some elytra already equipped, the latter because we are supposed to be a bird that died and became a sculk, which is why we will also measure just 1 block tall. The main power will make us alter with slow fall and night vision. The secondary will be a scream that paralyzes and mows down everyone who hears it. We will receive more damage from the arrows, so be careful with the skeletons. Food will no longer be useful to regenerate life, instead we will need experience to do so. Also with shift we can see nearby creatures, marked with luminescence. You will not activate sensors when walking and the Warden will be completely peaceful. After all you will look like his little son to protect. Having minerals and ingots will give you some resistance to protect your loot. Sleeping will make you lay eggs, which will appear in your inventory, since as I said before you are part bird. The main disadvantage is that you will no longer be able to exchange items with the villagers because they will be afraid of you, to the point that the golems will attack you to defend the village. Finally, deeper and darker, by eliminating the Warden will now leave us with two new objects, one used to create the Warden's tools and armor, using of course a blacksmithing mold that can also be found in the chests of the ancient cities, the second being the Warden's heart, used to activate the portal that we have turned off as long as you clear possible obstructions. Whenever you think about entering a new dimension, be prepared, and if it is the Warden's, even more so. This dimension is completely dark. After all, the Warden does not need sight to live in it. We will have new dungeons waiting for some intruder who feels capable of confronting the creatures found there. There are enemies that will not need structures, since you will find them just by exploring the entire dimension. New biomes will also be present, where we can even find wood within the dimension. This if we run out of it and need it for anything. This makes it probably the best mod of this theme and gives us a look at what could become the future dimension that may or may not arrive in future updates.